Hello again, basketball fans. Welcome to High School Hoops Weekly. I am Rachel George out here at East Bladen High School. The girls basketball team getting ready for the 2A state championship on Saturday. Got plenty to talk about later in the show with Coach Patty Evers, but first let's take a look back at last week, the Eastern Regional in Greenville. We had a couple teams there. New Hanover boys unfortunately lose in the semifinal to Terry Sanford, which would end up winning the whole thing to advance to the state championship. Wildcats a pretty good showing, finished the year 20-8. Good game by Freddie Jackson. Had some foul trouble there and had to play most of the game without Deton Rogers, but a good season for them. Also ending their season in Greenville were the Pender Patriots. The boys lose in the regional final on Saturday to Goldsboro. Foul trouble just too costly there. Had a good regional performance by Paxton Lee, who had 20 in the semifinal. Addison Sproul, as always, has been good for them, and Keenan Pittman made a good showing. They finished the year with 2 losses, and with Pittman and Sproul back, we'll have plenty to build on next year. That brings us to East Bladen, which back to the state championship again. The girls have gone twice before under Coach Patty Evers. This will be their first time in 2A. Last year went in 1A and lost to Bishop McGuinness. In the regional, 2 completely different games. The semifinal against Bunn, blowout, won by 31 points. Wasn't even close. At one point I said, is this even a regional game? They just, not a problem for the Eagles. Get into the final against Cummings and had a tougher time. The Cummings matched up much better with Courtney Melvin down low in the post at 6'2" and more than 200 pounds. Were able to contain her and she fouled out, but came through with Jasmine Kemp scoring 20 points and 10 rebounds to win the game and made some clutch free throws there at the end. So they are back to the state championship. Okay, I'm joined by East Bladen girls coach Patty Evers, and some quick questions here for you as you're getting ready for a state championship game. I guess we talked about how this week would be in practice, knowing it's not Bishop McGuinness. How has it been going? How are the girls doing so far?
Well, actually, it's been kind of different for me. You know, it's a whole lot easier to prepare knowing that you know, we're not playing against a team 5 Division I ball players. Right. You know, and the girls have acted different, and they've even mentioned to me, Coach, it seems different this year. So I hope that's a good sign. So, you know, they're working hard and they're excited, and it's a little bit less pressure, right. I feel like. Right.
The past week of basketball, or week and a half, you've run the gamut of games. A 3-point win at Northside to end their season with their first loss, then a blowout over Bunn, and then, you know, a close one over Cummings that you guys had to win without Courtney Melvin. What have you learned about your team in this past week?
We grew up real fast. I mean, they matured. We've been talking about that all year long, how they need to think outside the box. You know, don't just do what coach tells you to do. You know, you have to think for your own. Watch some basketball on TV. Learn and think, you know, well, if I get stopped, what am I going to do with the basketball? And if Jasmine or CJ's closed up, you know, what am I going to do? So that was big. It showed me that they can step up. Our role players can step up, and it took the whole team to win that ball game on Saturday. So.
You've got Salisbury, and we know they're the defending 2A state champion, but what else do you know about them? What are you preparing for on this weekend?
We know that they have big post players. You know, are they as big as CJ? Not exactly. Just a little bit shorter than she is. So we're trying to work on boxing out and keeping them off the glass, offensive rebounds. We cannot let them get 2 and 3 shots on the goal. So that's been our main concern, and working against their pressure defense, because they are going to push the ball up and down the floor. They're going to try to push us out on the perimeter to try to keep the ball away from CJ. So.
All right, well, we will see how it goes. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks. I appreciate
Well, that's it for us this week. We will, of course, have highlights from that state championship on Saturday. But for Rachel George, this has been High School Hoops Weekly on StarNewsOnline.com.
Oh, let's do it! Yeah!